What's up, guys? It's Mrjamvad, and I'm happy, very happy to finally introduce a video series that I've been planning behind the scenes for months now. The series will be a visual complement to the book, How to Master Competitive Pokemon. Author me, and today's video will focus on the concept mentioned in the book known as value. This isn't discussed until later on in the book, but I decided to just go in the order I want for the video series. Let's get right into it. In the real world, most, if not all of us, are familiar with the idea of value or something being valuable. But did you know the same applies in Pokemon? In real life, a thing's value can be dependent on a lot of things. How emotionally relevant it is, how many people desire it, how much it's worth. The list goes on. But in Pokemon, particularly in a Pokemon battle, a thing's value, and I use the word things there very deliberately, instead of using the word Pokemon, because not only Pokemon can possess value in a battle, but a thing's value is solely dependent on how necessary it is to achieve your win condition. So basically what this means, if you have a planned out outcome and there's a particular thing in that battle that isn't necessary to achieve that outcome, then it has low value. I'll get more into this later on, and I'll have like visual aids to help you grasp the concept even better, but stay with me. And what this basically means is, if your favorite Pokemon is Pikachu, but Pikachu can't really assist much in achieving the win in that particular battle, then that means Pikachu has low value and Pikachu may be fodder. We do have the habit of, dang, that's my favorite Pokemon, or in the previous battle this Pokemon did well for me, or usually this Pokemon does well for me, or this Pokemon has very high usage, or this Pokemon did well in the recent tournament, or whatever. But all that matters is the battle in front of you. The Pokemon's history shouldn't matter, how much you love its design, none of that matters. If in the current battle it is a weak link, then it has low value. And that's the point I'm trying to get across. So let's get further on into it. A Pokemon battle is actually one big value war. The person who loses all of their value loses the battle. A player's desire to gain value is what drives them to make the moves they make. Every move, every switch, every sack, everything is in hopes that by the end of the battle, their opponent will have lost. Now, you may be thinking, Jam, this is cool and all, but how does this help me improve? Well, young grasshopper, just hang in there. I'll be right with you. Having a firm understanding of this idea will actually eradicate impulsive and nonsensical moves. Most players think they understand this, but if you watch them play, it's clear that they don't. Oftentimes, players will make switches not based on the value dynamic, but instead based out of habit and impulse. Then they themselves end up losing, and then they wonder, what happened? How did I lose this game? Where did I go wrong? So each turn should be thoroughly contemplated. You should be thinking, do I gain value here? How much value will I gain? Will I lose value? Am I going to gain as much value as the opponent in the long term? All these are questions that you're going to want to ask. I'm going to be providing examples of this right now. In this first example, we have two opponents with very different team structures. Despite this fact, most players tend to go into a game thinking, I need to get my rocks up, without truly contemplating the value dynamic. Let's watch. Pause. Let's take a look at where we are. Objectively, both players performed the exact same action, so they should have received the same amount of value from that turn, correct? Yeah and no. Let's take another look at the team preview. Let's take a good look at the teams. Player Mrjamvad has a team of primarily steel and ground type Pokemon. So if Stealth Rocks were to go up, it would not be the biggest impediment. Whereas player MTV Jam's team, which consists of multiple flying type Pokemon, would suffer heavily. So when both players traded Stealth Rocks on turn 1, even though they performed the exact same move, player Mrjamvad got far more value from that turn because player MTV Jam's team gets heavily punished by stealth rocks. In the second example, we have a rain-based team facing off against a weatherless team. Let's see how it plays out. Pause. Let's take a look at the current circumstances. Player MTV Jam just traded his Tapu Bulu for 75% of damage on the Ferrothorn. Now, in this situation, the score is 5-6. So one would assume player Mincemeat received more value at the end of that turn, correct? Well, sort of. In the short term, yes, but in the long run of things, no. The Ferrothorn being so low on health will be an issue. Ferrothorn provided solid resistance against a large portion of MTV Jam's team, and now that it is weakened, every time a strong water type enters the field, player Mincemeat loses a Pokemon and can do very little about it. So that's going to conclude today's video. There are many more scenarios in which the value dynamic should be considered. The goal of this video was to help you understand it and to heighten your awareness, not to provide you with an example of every single situation. This is just one piece of the puzzle. There are many other concepts that exist and that I will be covering to help you become a better player. So if you're interested in seeing those, hit the subscribe button down below to be notified when a new video is released. If you enjoyed this video and got value from it, feel free to hit the like button down below. I'd also love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Last but not least, if you want to have a firmer grasp of all the concepts that I will be covering, I'd recommend that you get a copy of How to Master Competitive Pokemon, linked down below. You don't need an actual Kindle reader to read it. You can download the Kindle app on any device and start getting your read on. So, that being said, I want to thank you again for watching and good luck out there. Bye-bye.